Hi everybody, it's Dave Wiseman with Columbus Wired TV, and we're here at the Blue Jackets training camp where they just held the owners tournament, and it was Team Crane over Team McConnell for the victory. And we've got our hockey analyst here, Justin Boggs. And Justin, let me ask you, just a couple of days into camp, what has been your observations? What's piqued your interest? Being so little into it, but what's gotten your attention?
Well, certainly seeing Jake Voracek out there, he has been very strong. He's scored lots of goals. He scored a goal in the championship game. He had a couple goals in the first game, and he's been looking really good. I tell you, the other thing that's really stood out is how much the defensemen have rushed and joined to play. We saw a lot of Mark Mathot for Team Crane. He would get up there, he would get into the slot and try to make some scoring opportunities himself.
It's always something that I like to try and contribute, and I think a lot of the D right now are going to be jumping up a little more. And the more we practice it, especially in situations like this where we're just playing inter-squad games, it's the best place to be doing it.
Who, and again, it's been early, has disappointed you somewhat?
Number one is Steve Mason. Steve Mason has looked very not so good. He's looked terrible, to be truthful. First game of the tournament today, he gives up 5 goals. And you have to remember, these are only 40 minutes long, and it's a running clock. So this is not even a full game. We're talking about a half a game here, and he gives up 5 goals in game 1. That's something to be concerned about, I think. Scott Arniel, we just talked to him a moment ago. Not so concerned. He's a little bit more worried about, how these guys do in the exhibition games.
I'm not real concerned. That's, what I've said to, our motto is one day at a time here. And toughest thing for goalies, it's getting themselves up to speed, and those are the guys that usually come a little bit later. So, both him and Matthew, I'm more concerned about the exhibition games themselves. When
here, Chris Russell's out 2 to 4 weeks. What does that mean?
I think that simply means that it will give more guys an opportunity to battle. I think, namely John Moore. John Moore has kind of been on the cusp. Right now, you have 7 defensemen, that is, signed to NHL contracts, not two-way contracts, NHL contracts. So if any of these younger guys want to compete, that means they have to probably get rid of one of these 7 established players. Don't really see that happening because, of contractual issues. But again, a guy like John Moore, he might get a crack now at the big league level because of Chris Russell's injury.
Now, how has the team fared so far in Arniel's new up-tempo, quick style that's physically demanding?
They're enjoying it. I can tell you that much. Yesterday it was trying to get the systems in place. They ran a lot of 5-on-5 drills and really trying to push guys, especially the first defenseman. They're trying to get that first defenseman closer to the net. Arniel his mindset is you work hard to get the puck up the ice and have control of it. In your offensive zone, you want to keep it down there. You want to press. So having that fourth player, having that front defenseman come up is really a big thing, and that's what we've noticed here in the training camp and also with the owners tournament. These guys are out there. They're pushing. All
right. Now, one of the downsides coming into this year is season ticket sales have been reported a lot lower than expected. What does that mean for the team? What does that mean for the city? How might we get past this and everything's a happy positive?
That just means there's more pressure on the team to win. Officials are saying that to be able for this team to get their arena situation or lease solved, they have to start winning. What's happening at City Hall and now at the county commissioner's office, they're paying attention to the wins, losses of this team. It's hard to support a loser. You got to support everyone wants to support a winner. So it's crucial that this team wins, not only to get the fans back from a marketing standpoint, because if they go out and win games, people will get excited, start buying tickets for later in the season, expecting hopefully a playoff run. But right now, no one's expecting playoffs. Everyone's expecting this team with no acquisitions. Well, one acquisition, Ethan Morrow.
Yeah.
You have a team basically returning all their players who finished 14th out of 15 teams in the West. That's not good. And the fans of this community, of this city, know that this team needs to improve. They have to improve to bring them back. And it's not that there's not a shortage of fans, it's just how much they're willing to spend. We saw today thousands of fans come to the training camp and for the owners tournament. So There's fans out there. They just don't want to pay.
Absolutely. Now, leading into it, we go to Atlanta on Tuesday right off the bat, and then we come home to face Washington. What should the fans expect to see, at least in those two games?
Well, the problem with preseason hockey is that when you have teams that have 60-man rosters, you're going to have essentially AHL clubs sometimes being fielded. We don't really know yet what type of team Columbus will send down in Atlanta. You have to expect, though, normally they like to play their top players at home. So you'll probably see the Nashes, you'll see the Vermettes, and the Umbergers here on Wednesday. I would highly suspect you would not see those players in Atlanta on Tuesday because they don't want them traveling so much early on in the preseason. Later on in the preseason, you'll start seeing your regulars. So early on, have some patience. Might be watching some AHL hockey, but it also gives you a good indication of what sort of talent, what sort of depth is down there at the AHL level, and also some of the prospects that are at the major junior level.
Well, there you have it. There's the report for now at preseason camp. Again, the team starts Tuesday in Atlanta. We'll be here Wednesday and Friday against Pittsburgh. For Columbus Wire TV, he's Justin Boggs. I'm Dave Wiseman. We'll see you soon.